In this video, we'll build a fun and engaging Sudoku game step by step on iOS using Python. No coding knowledge is required. Let's get started. If you don't have it already, you can download it from the App Store. This library provides us with all the tools to create a user interface for our game. It is developed by Python Software Foundation, and it is the best way to write and run Python code on iOS. First, open the Pythonista app on your iOS device. Next, let's create a new script. We'll start by importing the UI5 library. Now let's create the main game view. Now let's create a method that will be called when the user presses one of the buttons. The method takes two arguments: the button that was pressed and the event that was triggered. The method returns true if the game is over, otherwise false. We'll loop over all the buttons in the grid. If any button has a value of 0, we know that the game is not over. So we'll return false. We do that by creating an instance of UI5's view class. Columns and 3x3 subgrids have exactly one value for each number between 1 and 9. You've just built a working Sudoku game on iOS using Python. Share your thoughts and feedback in the comments below and see you in the next one. If these conditions are met, we've won the game. So we'll return true, otherwise we'll return false. The view class is used to organize other UI elements such as buttons, labels, and images. Set the background color of the view to white. Now let's add a label to the view. The label will display the numbers that the user has entered. Each element of the list will be a row of buttons. Create an empty list to represent the current state of the Sudoku game. Each element of the list will be a list of 9 numbers. Initially, all numbers are set to 0. We'll then get the current value of the button. If the button has no value, we'll set its value to 1, otherwise, we'll remove the value. Set the text of the label to an empty string and set its background color to light gray. Place the label in the center of the view. Now let's create the 9x9 grid of buttons that the user will interact with. We'll use a list to represent the grid. Now let's loop over the rows in the grid. For each row, we'll create a list of 9 buttons and add them to the grid. The size of each button is set to 100 by 100 pixels. The text of each button is set to an empty string. And we also set its background color to light gray. Place the buttons in a box layout and set its direction to horizontal. Add the box layout as a subview of the label. Now let us connect the button S action to a method that will be called when the user presses the button. Inside the method, we'll get the row and column index of the button that was pressed. Now let's create a method that will check if the current state of the game is valid. To check if the game is over, if all the buttons have values, we'll check if all rows. Congratulations!